All right, ladies. So today we're going to be talking about the dark side of male nature. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, look, let's first understand this. This is not made to make you scared of men. All right. Yeah, even though men are the number one reason why women get killed, right? Like, if there's anyone to fear most, is your partner, because most likely he will kill you. I mean, statistically speaking. But that don't mean you should be scared of every dude that you meet, because I met women who are legit have male phobia, like fucking mascuphobia, some shit. And it becomes almost borderline sexist, to be honest with you. Like ascribing that every man's gonna kill you. Like it's like, imagine if we did that for a race, or imagine if we like you get what I'm saying. So I don't want you guys to be walking around in fear. Protect yourselves, but don't walk around in fear. Two completely different things. Use your thinking mind, not your reptilian brain, to protect yourself. When you use your reptilian brain, your amygdala, you're just in fear response. But when you use your brain, your frontal cortex, you're not afraid, but you are aware. It's completely different. All right. So look, let's talk about the first one. All right. And the first one is that men are wired to be good liars. That is the first one. Studies have shown that men have an easier time when, in terms of physiology, they respond less to lying compared to women. In other words, men have less changes in their physiology when they lie. Their heart rate rates at a normal rate compared to women. They stutter less. There's less crackling in their voice. They're just more calm when they lie. That's the first one. Women are like, yeah, of course that makes fucking sense. Reminds me of my ex. The second thing, and that's why it's women's responsibility to identify false advertisement. And that's because the men that weren't high status, which is 99% of the men, had to lie. Like they had to lie about their status and exaggerate and hype themselves up. You as women, your responsibility is to be able to identify false advertisement, not complain about them. You get what I'm saying? Like it's guys will lie. I mean, it's just that simple. But it is your responsibility to notice that. Second thing is that a man's desire to protect you. Don't you notice how men are very protective of women to the point where it could be toxic? Well, man, we don't live in evolutionary times when you could get killed off by fucking John the Lion, right? Or that there's a band of people who are gonna come and take you. There's countries like that. India could possibly be it, right? But not in our country. And as a result, the male desire to be overly protective has no way to express itself. So what it does is that it actually caves in on itself, and then actually, rather than protect, it begins to hurt the woman because there's nothing to protect, but it needs to protect something. It's almost like being a racist activist, as an example, right? Let's just imagine that you're an activist from the 60s, and you're teleported into the day of today. And you're like, oh, and you're used to looking for racism. I know some of you guys might not like this. And there's no racism. So what do? You fabricate racism. You see what I'm saying? So it's almost like the same thing. There's nothing to protect, but because there's nothing to protect, you become the danger to protect her from yourself. Crazy shit. So a lot of the times, and it's one of the reasons why women get killed is because guys are overly protective, or even worse, not even worse, but guys also restrict their women's where their women go. They want to completely control her life, control her body, and women complain a lot about that. And the reason why that is because that men are just wired to want to control women, and the desire to control originally didn't come from just control. It came to protect her, and as a result they had to protect their environment. But now women are not in danger. They're free creatures, and so you don't need to, but men still have that desire because it's an evolutionary adaptation that worked. All right, the next one is that men secretly want their friend's girl, especially if that guy has struggles meeting other women, right? And you will notice that if you date a guy, you'll notice his friends are eyeing you. And I can promise you, if those friends don't get women and they struggle meeting women, at the drop of the hat, most likely that dude will try to bang his friend's girl. Me, I It's weird. I'll be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I have this weird thing in my mind where I see my friends' girls as my sister. I don't know why. I truly do not know why. I like when I have a friend. I have a few friends with girlfriends, but my close friend, he has a girl, and I swear to God, man, I see her as like my sister. Like I don't fucking know her. I really don't know her, but it's just weird. Like it's just for some. I'm lucky. I'm lucky because I see her that way. Because I don't deny that she's attractive, but it's just almost like it just switches. Like it's the weirdest thing. I can't take them seriously in terms of like romantically, which is good to be honest with you. Like I'm blessed because I'll never do anything with my friends' girls, but most guys are not me. If you know me, I'm a weirdo in every aspect of the way. So this shouldn't be a surprise. Next thing is that stepdads. Other thing about male nature is that men, when they become stepdads, they could potentially be a little dangerous, and it's a risk for your children. I hate to say that because it's almost like I'm putting men into a box. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna make a video about female nature that's dangerous. So don't. Women are like, yeah, tell them, calm the fuck down, okay, calm down, easy there, sexist, okay, put put it down, all right. We're gonna be talking. This is just, and it's almost like a negative PR against men, but yeah. They say that you see in social sciences, there's always factors that increase the likelihood of other factors going up by like 10%, right? Or by like 20%. For example, you have a 30% higher likelihood of dying in your bathroom compared to the kitchen. As an example, that's not true, but I'm just saying, right? There's always small differences, right? You have a 20% more likelihood of committing a crime if you weren't raised by your dad, as an example, right? But the one factor that has the highest effect on anything in social science, I remember studying this in Psychology 101 when I was in college 10 years ago. Like the biggest influence that causes the highest, like the biggest factor that causes the highest likelihood of a unique outcome in all of psychology is this. Having a stepdad increases the likelihood of your kid being sexually molested or assaulted or whatever by that dad by 120%. 120%. This was 10 years ago. I forgot what it is now. But 120% is such a high number. It's such a high number. I'm looking at this. I'm going to find it right now, actually. It's such a high number that there's no other scientific data that reflects such a high number. Okay, here it is. In fact, some research probe a fold increase of child abuse for stepchildren. The likelihood of being abused is 5 times more. Right? I'm not trying to say negative things about that, but I'm just saying like it's just a risk. It's unfortunate. Stepdads aren't always good dads. The genetically unrelated stepfather also poses a risk to the child. Research has shown that children are much greater risk of violence and filicide, murder of a child, from stepfathers compared to genetic fathers. This may be because investment from a stepfather reduces reproductive benefits. Research has found that the presence of stepchildren can significantly increase the risk of euxericide for women. In other words, women who are killed by their husbands. A large number of filicides are accompanied by euxericide and suicides. By the way, if you're enjoying this type of video, you should check out my more in-depth course, which is called Natural Chemistry. It's a course that I made. It's a 5-week course specifically made for women who are in relationships and who want to master the art of a relationship, who want to understand men. Each part of this course is specifically made to improve whatever relationship you have. All right. It's a 5-week course, 30-day money back guaranteed. It's only for women who are in relationships. And this one is for women who are single. It's called the Psychological Game of Attraction. It's a course that I made that would take you through the first 3 months of a relationship. And I split it up in 3 areas: the pre-honeymoon phase, the honeymoon phase, and the post-honeymoon phase. Every single one of you guys who are talking to somebody is in one of those phases. And so it's almost like getting coached by me. Quick and straight to the point. And both courses start off at $97, and they all have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you could just get your money back. In fact, you could try it out for free. There's free videos if you click on the description down below where it says purchase the course. All right, let's get back to our normal program. Okay, so the next one. Men don't respect women who give sexual favors freely. Now look, you guys have to understand what I'm trying to say. All right, I bet guys in the background are like, bro, you better explain that shit, because I don't like the way that sounds at all. You know, like they're like, what the fuck? Well, look, hey, Delexis, I don't appreciate you saying that. You better back off, okay? You better not say what you're about to say. Anyways, I hope you guys have been doing well. I've been a little busy, so take care. Okay, all right, Tyrone, all right. So, what I'm trying to say is this, is that if sex doesn't turn a guy off, that's not what I'm saying. But sex without having a strong presence about you or having a hint of coldness or having boundaries, a guy can't respect. So giving sex freely is fine. I'm not kidding with you. What makes the guy lose respect is when you give it freely and yet you don't demand respect from him. For example, let's just say he says, hey, come over and hang out, right? As an example, right? And you hang out and he's not there. And he's like, my fault, I left. And it takes him 30 minutes to come back and you wait, right? And you're like, rather than wait, you leave. And let's just say you love having sex with him, but you leave, right? What you just did, you just put yourself in a position where you're going to get respect, right? Because a woman who's really into you will not stand up to you. A woman who's really into you will still give you the sex despite you disrespecting her. That's what I'm talking about. The sex is not the problem. The problem is that you like him so much that you give him the sex and you deal with the disrespect. It's like fighting a boxer who every time you throw a punch, you always get hit twice. But because you want to win so badly, you rather take the blows at the cost of just hitting him one or two times. That's how a lot of people deal with it. Giving sex is fine, people. But just make sure to demand the respect. Just make sure that after the sex, you don't deal with disrespect. That after the sex, you don't let them be inconsistent. That you pull away. Rather than complain, you pull away. Right? So that's the next one. The next one is this. The more power a man has, the younger the women they prefer. A man who has high status, low status guys usually go for women their age or older. High status guys, the higher the status, the younger the women he'll date. It's just that simple. Look at Leonardo DiCaprio, right? And on rare occasion, because pedophilia is a mental. Look, I'm not here to look, man. I study psychology. All right, I'm just gonna get this out here. I study psychology. So when I talk about a lot of things, I talk about it from a mental health perspective. And pedophilia is a mental health condition where men or women prefer younger people. It's a disorder, all right? So I'm talking about it from a place of disorder, not from a place of me like saying, oh, it's okay. Like I'm saying it's a fucking disorder that leads to horrible actions, right? But what I'm talking about here, I'm not talking about mental disorder where you're just born attracted to younger people, or kids, right? This is where a guy has so much power, where he reaches a level where nobody can even reach his level of power, that he'll just start preferring younger women. And studies have shown that. And there's many evidence that a lot of rich people, super fucking wealthy people, prefer younger women to the point where it's illegal. Now, I don't know if it reaches to the levels of liking 11-year-olds or 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like when I think of that, I imagine them liking 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, which is still fucking young as shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's still young. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking still a kid. But in the ages where ancient humans usually lasted to 31 years old or 35. So in evolutionary sense, 15-year-old girl is, and I'm talking in evolutionary sense, motherfuckers. Listen to what I'm trying to say. In evolutionary sense, when people died at 35 years old, the average age as an ancient hominid, as a human, even 200,000 years ago, 15 you were at your midlife. And being a 15-year-old, you could possibly have your midlife crisis at that point, right? Those are socially taboo desires. So even though men find them attractive, a man will not pursue because it is not socially acceptable. Doesn't mean they don't find them attractive. 98% of men, I don't know the number, will not pursue it, right? But you have people who have so much power that they feel like they could get away with it. And so what happens is that they just go for them because that's the only thing they haven't had. They have every woman out there and they prefer that type of person because the unattainable fruit, which is fucking crazy, right? Another thing is that men, when they remarry, they usually remarry young. And the reason why that is because men naturally prefer younger women. And when I say dark side, I'm talking about dark side from the perspective of a woman, like saying, man, this is some bullshit. What the fuck? So man would rather remarry a young person. That's the perspective I'm looking at it. She just fuck some evil shit. That's what I'm talking about. I don't give a fuck about that. I think it makes sense. But from a woman's perspective, some women may not like that. So I understand. That's why I put it in the relative evil category. All right? So let's talk about the other one. High status men are less faithful. I'm sorry, ladies. They're just less faithful. A man is only as faithful as his options. So, get closer. Get away, Melissa. Get away further. Yeah. A man is only as faithful as his options, pretty much. That's like the most famous thing you could hear, but it's true. Oh shit. Okay, there you go. All right, so the next one is this. All right. Man is as faithful as his options. The next one is what you don't give to your man, another woman will. In fact, studies show that one of the biggest reasons why, actually, I got to make my blowjob video. One of the biggest reasons why men go to prostitute is to get a blowjob. Let me tell you, ladies, I totally agree. Totally agree. If you don't give him a blowjob, he's going to go get a blowjob from a massage parlor. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you restrict sex, he's going to end up cheating on you. Especially if it's a high status guy. High status guys have high testosterone. And they demand a lot. And also, they're selfish lovers, high status guys. Because they're used to women doing everything for them. Trust me, when the easier it is to get women, the lazier you get as a guy. So if you want that good dizzy, you better get some low value dizzy. That $32K a year dizzy. That teacher, 12th grade teacher dizzy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stop going after that executive dick. That shit is lazy. That's some lazy dick. What you don't, okay. A man needs to see you stand up to him in order to respect you. In other words, men have three things about them. One, they are always testing for weakness in a woman. They're always seeing whether or not you're weak. Two, you are always sending signs of weakness, and men are always. And so one is women are always sending signs of strength or weakness. Two, men are always testing to see weakness. And three, once the man sees weakness, his eyes open up, his mouth opens up, and he begins to test you. And when I mean test you, I mean doing shit that you say, why the fuck is he doing this? Why is he taking 10 hours to respond? Why is he flaking on me? He's trying to see whether or not you react to him emotionally. And if you do react to him emotionally, well, Tyrone's going to have a good time. Yeah, that's right, ladies. Tyrone will test you. And if you fail Tyrone's test, Tyrone will be happy. Oh, yeah, Tyrone will feel giggly inside. Anyways, I gotta go. Yeah, pretty much. Status men see women. Some men use women as a way to increase their status. In other words, there's trophy wives. Attractive men increase their status by dating other high status women. In other words, look at Pete Davidson. Kim Kardashian Pete has benefited way more from dating Kim than Kim dating Pete. Trust me. In other words, if you're a woman and you're dating a high status guy, that's fine. It will make you look more attractive. And the only reason why it's going to make you more attractive is because you're going to have access to higher status men. But a man dating a high status woman, my lord, man, that guy could go from fucking, he'll go from fucking Bob the Builder to fucking Tyrone the celebrity. Like, he'll just like skyrocket. But when a woman dates a high status man, it doesn't have as much of a boost as it has for men. Studies have shown that. The next one is that men prefer vulnerable women. Men prefer women who come across as more vulnerable because men have a natural need to help. And the sad thing also is that men don't like to date women who are more successful than them. Men prefer women who are less successful. And also they prefer submissive women because submissive women indicates a lack of infidelity. Right? Men prefer that, and it's kind of sad. Because it kind of like puts women, it's like it's a difficult position to be in because it's kind of like you get penalized by being successful. It's fucked up, ain't it? It is. It is what it is, man. What can you do? Yeah, these are some of the dark sides of male nature. Let me know if there's other ones you guys want me to talk about. I bet there's other ones. Click comment on this comment below. Let me know what other things about male nature that you find fascinating. And let me know if you guys want me to make a part 2 version of this, okay? Anyways. If you guys ever need one-on-one coaching to work with Father Alex, click on the description down below to work with me one-on-one or ask me questions and I'll make a video about it. And if you don't, I'm closing the channel. Stay toxic. All right, ladies. So finally, I have released my second course for women, which is natural chemistry. This course is a 5-week course. 5-week course where every week you're going to get a new set of videos based on specific issues. This course is all about how to create and maintain the attraction in any man. This will help you create love. This will help you deepen the love with your man. This is not about manipulation. This is not about playing games. This is genuine, natural chemistry. No more short-term partners. No more being fooled. Why? Because I will reveal to you not only how to create attraction in the first week, but also how to understand male nature, how to understand their tricks, how to prevent from being too attached, signs that he's the wrong guy, signs that he's a narcissist, signs that he's a mama's boy, signs that he's an emotionally available guy, emotionally unavailable guy. We go over everything. We go over this 3rd week, setting boundaries. We go over the 3rd week, controlling your emotions, right? Setting boundaries, 4th week. 5th week, embracing your masculine and the feminine, right? And on top of that, I have over 10 different bonuses. 10 different bonuses, my Lord have mercy, right? With a money back guarantee. The bonus are 1, the natural chemistry, over 10 hours of content, right? The breakup formula, how to deal with a breakup, right? The connecting with your man, right? Establishing a life of abundance, social mastery, understanding your dark side, the goal setting seminar, which is about how to set and achieve goals, practical mastery that will teach you how to master anything, the laws of human nature. I have a book club for the laws of human nature with over 4 hours of content, right? The transformational seminar in a pocket, which is my mindfulness seminar, and the Chase audiobook. This originally is $1,800, but you get it starting at $97, ladies and gentlemen, right? $97. We have different packages, but all of this starts at $97. And you know what? You can check it out for free if you want. Yeah, for all the freeloaders, I have free videos just for you. Free videos, all right? So you could just check it out for free and then you could get out. Nothing wrong with that, all right? So, and on top of that, it comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked. That's right. No questions asked. I don't mind. I just want you guys to check it out because I know when you take one look, you're going to want to buy it. I can promise you. Just like my other course, the psychological game of attraction, it was a hit. You're going to love this one. This one is not about manipulation. This is genuine natural chemistry. Order it now, all right? I'll see you guys inside. Peace out.